What's going on, everybody? I am back with another Prize Picks NBA player props video. This one going to be breaking it down, giving you guys 3 picks that you win some money over here on Prize Picks in the NBA tonight. As always, coming off a nice 3-0 sweep yesterday. We went with the Anthony Edwards points, the Giannis Antetokounmpo points, and the DeMar DeRozan assists, all able to hit for us. So a nice video yesterday. Hopefully you've been tuning in, watching these videos. We've been doing pretty well overall. A lot of 2-1s. The times prior we got bit by some blowouts, some foul trouble, etc. But we are back on a run now after that nice 3-0 sweep. Hopefully you tuned in yesterday, won some money. And if you enjoyed yesterday, if you enjoy this content today, would be greatly appreciated if you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future content that I upload. Trying to get all these videos up to 500 likes, guys. It is free. It takes 2 seconds to do. It does greatly help me out. And in return, I will be providing these videos for free, giving you guys these picks for free all NBA season long. And if you're getting really serious, check out the VIP member package that I offer over here on Patreon. We had a great day over there yesterday. I just avoided having a really big night. We'll kick things off with some VIP shoutouts. These are some of my tickets, so if you become a VIP member, that is the $49.99 option. You'll get all of my personal tickets. Went 5 out of 6 on 3 of the 6-mans, all with my core play. So obviously, very good from a record and profitability aspect. Would have been really nice if I could have hit one of those for a nice $10,000 win, but those are 3 of mine. And then shout out to some guys in the winner circle. Not everyone goes with the exact tickets as mine. You can tail. You can also mix and match those core plays to create your own tickets. Lucy Effect cashing in on a nice $1,000 wins. We had Mr. Micah saying paid for membership on first day. Love to hear that. Add me to the first day club, he says. And then CHS cashing in as well on a nice 6-man, turning $5 into $125. We had Mer7 with a nice win as well, using some of those KJK DFS core plays. Levine, Murphy, Irving, Gobert, McDaniels, Lauri Markkanen, all plays that I was on. The Batman with a nice cash play there, mixing in some of his own picks. And then another cashing in, I'm a Geek and Boss, says, welcome to the winner circle. So shout out to my VIP members. Another great night over there. I mean, you look at, these were my core plays for yesterday. As far as how they did, you kind of just saw my tickets. But I mean, DeRozan assist, that hit. Giannis hit. Anthony Edwards hit. Claxton hit. Vucevic hit. Brook Lopez hit. McCollum let us down, unfortunately, so there's a loss. Simmons let us down. That's a loss. So those are 2 losses. Gobert hit. Stewart hit. Ayton hit. Clarkson hit. Kuzma hit. Zion hit. Russell let us down, unfortunately, so that's loss number 3. Poole let us down. That's 4. Bojan let us down. That's 5. But then Laurie, Cash. Banchero let us down. That's 6. And then you look at the rest of the list. Cash, 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 Cash. Durant let us down. And then Levine, Cash. Porzingis let us down. Bridges, Cash. Irving, Cash. Craig was the only one that pushed. So overall, great day over there, guys. Would love to have you join if you haven't checked it out. That is patreon.com/KJK_DFS. That is linked below in the description. Or you can visit patreon.com/KJK_DFS. It is not the YouTube fan club. I've seen people joining that on accident. Check this out. You're going to get access to the Discord. Cash in on the bankroll building ticket as well over there. Those are my top 2. And always listening to my VIP members to continue to improve that package. So if you're playing Prize Picks every single day, if you're looking to get really serious, I don't know why you aren't a KJK DFS premium member already, to be honest. You're missing out, especially the VIP member package. We'd love to have you join. So had to give a shout out. Got a little busy with the holidays. Haven't been able to get any shout outs in quite some time. So shout out to those VIP members. I'm going to try to give you guys some more shout outs because I know a lot of people working hard in there. I like to give you credit on your own picks. Celebrate some of the picks we win together. All the above. So let's talk about it though. I got 3 more picks for you in this one. We'll go game by game as we always do. The first game I'd like to discuss is going to be the Oklahoma City Thunder taking on the Charlotte Hornets. This game is going to be a fantastic game environment. It comes in with a 239 over-under. 1-point spread in favor of the Charlotte Hornets, so it's expected to stay close and expected to fly. No surprise, look at the top pace teams in the league. The Oklahoma City Thunder are the 3rd fastest paced team in the league. The Charlotte Hornets are the 10th fastest paced team in the league. And want to kick things off by talking about the star player on the Oklahoma City Thunder side. It is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who's an absolute usage and fantasy point monster. I do expect this to be a nice ceiling spot for him. All things considered, you know, this type of a game environment, what he's able to contribute. Look at his usage rate, his fantasy point per minute production on the season. Shai Gilgeous rocking a 32% usage rate, puts up 1.43 fantasy points per minute. That trails only Ja Morant and Luka Doncic at the point guard position on this slate today. And the guy can do it in so many different ways. Not only is he going to score, but he can rebound, he can assist. He's also going to get you those blocks and steals. Very good defender. Not just an offensive-minded guy, although he can get buckets. You look at the game log. Last time against San Antonio, that game got out of hand. He still put up 6 rebounds, 8 assists, 4 blocks, 2 steals, 28 points, 44 points, 2 steals, 1 block, 6 assists, 10 rebounds the time before. Both of which were fast up-tempo game environments against the Spurs, the Pelicans. Guy's been crushing, and I don't expect that to slow down here against this Charlotte Hornets team. He's going to be one of the top guys in the entire league in field goals attempted per game. He takes 20.7 shots per game, where he shoots 50% from the field, 35% from beyond the arc. He also gets to the free throw line 10.3 times per game, where he shoots 92% from the line. So all of these things kind of adding up. He's going to get his passing opportunities as well. He's going to get his rebounding opportunities. Once again, the blocks and steals are very impressive from him. And it's for all these reasons I want to be going with his fantasy score over here on Prizepicks. Has crushed this the last 2 times out. He's put up 61 and 72 respectively. Both of those games were environments where I would expect it to be kind of a ceiling type of game for him. And he has another one here. Don't expect it to slow down. Charlotte's a great matchup. They're giving up 38.5 fantasy points per game. The point guard starters. They're giving up 8 assists per game. They're giving up 7.6 field goals per game. All ranked towards the bottom of the league. So I do expect Shai Gilgeous to continue to surpass this fantasy score. He does have a ceiling, upwards of 60 fantasy points, as we've seen the last 2 times out. I think we might see that trend continue. I could see him putting up 60 plus again here tonight, so I want to be taking advantage of it. Regardless, I do think he scores in the mid-50s. They do have him only at 51.5. Just from a base projection aspect, I do have him projected over, and his ceiling's much higher. So pick number 1, we're going with the over 51.5 fantasy score here for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That will be pick number 1 today. And then pick number 2, we're going to run it back on the other side of this game. Another very talented guy. Same game environment with a 239. Shai Gilgeous is going to get his, but I do expect another guy on the other side to get his, and that's going to be LaMelo Ball. Finally back from injury. Has been injured for the majority of the season, but he's been working his way back. He's starting to look like the LaMelo that we know, and his minutes are starting to ramp up in a major way. You've seen him play 37, 37, 36, and 35 minutes respectively the last 4 games out. And once again, a guy that does it in every single category, man. LaMelo can rebound, he can assist, he can get the job done on the defensive end, he can also score. We saw 21, 4, 10 last time out, 27, 7, and 7, 23, 8, and 8, 3 steals, 2 steals the time prior. Same game environment that we just talked about with Shai Gilgeous, the 239. Same thing we discussed, fast up-tempo, Oklahoma City Thunder, 3rd fastest paced team. Charlotte Hornets, 10th fastest paced team. You look at the numbers for LaMelo on the season, they look a little underwhelming. He's only putting up 1.24 fantasy points per minute, 29% usage rate, which got me kind of a little bit skeptical, so I went ahead and ran some numbers the last 2 weeks. You see, the rates look a lot better for LaMelo. It makes a lot of sense. The guy's been working his way back, working his minutes back up from injury. He hasn't been healthy the whole entire season. We're starting to see him get back to, the actual LaMelo mode. And the numbers reflect it. Last 2 weeks, he's got a 31.5% usage rate with 1.31 fantasy points per minute being put up from a per minute aspect for the Prizepicks scoring format as far as fantasy score is concerned. For those of you that don't know how the fantasy score format works on Prizepicks, you're going to get 1 fantasy point for every point, 1.2 for every rebound, 1.5 for every assist, 3 for every block, 3 for every steal, and -1 for every turnover. So that's how this is all calculated. I do have an entire projection model over here for my VIP members that will break down my projection for each player. And LaMelo's another guy that I do think is going to have a big ceiling game in this environment. He's cleared this 44.5 fantasy score line in 4 of the last 5. Only time he didn't was last time against the Golden State Warriors team where he had a little bit of a down game. Keep in mind, he had 5 fouls, wasn't some foul trouble. He was even foul trouble the time prior in that same game, the game prior as well, though, and still got the job done. So if you can just stay out of foul trouble, this game stays close. He's averaging 46.9 over his last 5. Do think we see this trend continue in this type of a game environment. It's really hard to see it not continue. Once again, with all the things that he does. He's going to score. He's going to rebound. He's going to get you a bunch of assists as well. Those assists are very valuable in the fantasy score format. And then those blocks and steals won't hurt our feelings either. Great game for him to really show his skills. Once again, another ceiling spot as far as I'm concerned. 239 over-under. This is the type of game you see these players hit their ceilings. LaMelo, once again, a guy that can put up 50-plus fantasy points. And his line's only set at 44.5. So pick number 2, we're going with the over 44.5 fantasy score here for LaMelo Ball. That'll be pick number 2. And then pick number 3, talked about LaMelo working his way back from injury, a great fantasy point per minute producer. We have another guy with a similar story. It's going to be in this Los Angeles Clippers-Boston Celtics game. This game comes in with a 228 over-under, 6.5 point spread in favor of the Boston Celtics. And the guy that I'd like to discuss is going to be Kawhi Leonard. 6.5 point spread in favor of Boston. Clippers are expected to keep this game close. Boston's defense hasn't exactly always been the most impressive on the season so far, for being honest. And once again, a guy that we're talking about, having very good fantasy point per minute numbers, you look at his season numbers, they once again look underwhelming for Kawhi Leonard. He's only got a 26% usage rate with a 1.13 fantasy point per minute rate. 27.9 minutes per game, though, on the season. Also, same thing that I've talked about with LaMelo. I mean, I've been doing this for a long time. I have a general idea of what these guys' fantasy point per minute production is. That's really low for Kawhi Leonard, but once again, ran the numbers the last 2 weeks. This looks more like Kawhi Leonard numbers. We're talking about a 28.8% usage rate with 1.24 fantasy points per minute. And the minutes are really starting to ramp up for him as well. You look at his last few games, how many minutes is he playing? They will rest him from time to time, pretty much every other game to keep him fresh. But he's played 34 and 35 the last 2 times out. That's a big deal because he was only playing 30 maximum for a long time there, 30, 32. For the longest time, he was only playing in the low 20s. We're now finally seeing Kawhi Leonard start to ramp up to full allotment of minutes, 34, 35 minutes respectively the last 2 times out. Put up 28 points, 5 assists, 3 rebounds the time against Philadelphia on the 23rd. Last time out, he put up 15 points, 1 steal, 1 block, 8 assists, and 7 rebounds against Toronto. Guy's looking really good, and once again, a guy that I do think we're getting some really good value on his fantasy score prop. He's been crushing this 36.5 fantasy score. Once again, the minutes starting to really ramp up here. We're talking about the fantasy point per minute production. A guy that's putting up 1.24 fantasy points per minute. You do the math. If he's going to play 35 minutes, that's going to soar him past this 36.5 fantasy score line. And once again, a guy that has a much higher ceiling than what this number is. If he's obviously able to go out there and score 36.6 fantasy points, we don't care. We win money. We would rather it not be that close. But I do think he's obviously going to very easily surpass this. So even if he's only able to scrape by for us, I think there's some really good value. Boston's giving up 6.6 field goals per game to starting forward starters. He scored 45 fantasy points last time out against them, and he's scoring 37 fantasy points per game in 4 underdog games, 31 points over the last 14. Once again, keep in mind, has been somewhat limited in those minutes, man. Great spot. Don't think we're going to be able to get this in the mid-30s for much longer with Kawhi Leonard, so take advantage while you can. Pick number 3. We're going with the over 36.5 fantasy score here for Kawhi Leonard, and that will be my 3 picks. To get you winning some money over here on Prizepicks in the NBA tonight, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future content that I upload. If you haven't checked the premium content packages and you're playing Prizepicks every single day, I don't know what you're waiting on. You're missing out. Check that out over there. I'm going to have all my core plays, all my tickets. I already launched my first 6-man to my VIP members. So check that out, man. It's all for me on this one. Wishing you all the best of luck on your Prizepicks NBA player props picks tonight, and we will see you in the next one.